Good evening. 2 days in 1 week. Renee's Remedies with a guest, right? But today is the anniversary of the date that Dr. Kelly and I decided to start doing our COVID updates. And if you were with us, we did those updates all through the entire summer. So we started on Friday, March 13th of 2020. And we went all the way through the summer because we even did them when my dad was in the hospital. I did them from the hospital. But yeah, so we really did. Wait a minute. I always forget. Comment, like, share, start a watch party. Please speak to us wherever you're joining us from. Tell us where you're at and tell us, are you still locked down? Or are you out and about? Or I am still quite quarantined. I go nowhere except for medical visits. Which don't have to do with me usually either. But that's about it for the most part. I went to a doctor this week, actually. Mm-hmm. Well, I got to tell you about that. Woo! Burn my butter. But, well, good evening, Mr. Kennedy from ATL. So we started these just to update everyone because everyone was so confused. Who do you listen to? What do you... So we started. And I can't believe that we are a year later and like I said, I'm still on lockdown. It's so crazy, right, Kelly?
I know. So someone was saying that they had their first vaccine last night. So I am fully vaccinated.
Yes,
congratulations.
Dr. Kelly is fully vaccinated.
I am fully vaccinated. I got Moderna. So I had my first shot at the end of December. And then my second shot at the end of January. And I'm not letting my guard completely down. Like I still wear my mask when I see patients, when I go out. But can I tell you, it feels like a weight has been partially lifted. I don't have that anxiety about being out in public anymore. But, I'm still wearing masks. Like you said, even now, the guidelines have been changing. Like they say, wear a double mask. And they say if you and all of your family member and close friends are vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. If it were me to err on the side of caution, I would still wear a mask if you're not going around someone who's in your household. But, the CDC guidelines definitely change from time to time.
Yes. Dr. Kelly, can you please tell us how your experience was with the vaccine? Mr. Kennedy is having some few side effects.
So to be honest, the first shot happened right after I had spent like 2.5 weeks in Barbados. And I lived my best life on vacation. And then I went to my brother in Virginia and celebrated New Year's with like lots of champagne and wine. So I was like, am I hungover or what is this? But I honestly think looking back that I probably just had some fatigue after the first shot. The second shot, however, initially I had scheduled it so that I would be off the next day, but something came up and I had to work. Can I tell you, like a day later, I started to have like bone pain, not joints where your knees hurt, but like my femurs were hurting. I was like, what the heck is this? So I took some ibuprofen and within an hour, I felt back to normal. So a lot of patients, well, thankfully, a lot more of my patients are coming in telling me that they have been vaccinated, either the first shot or both shots. People are still scared about side effects, but no one has died, as far as I know, no one has died from the COVID-19 vaccine. But over 500,000 people have died from COVID-19. And the side effects that you have from the vaccine are short-lived. Some people have it up to 3 days after. So they're short-lived and could be resolved with Tylenol or ibuprofen. So still a better experience than you actually getting the virus.
So I had one parent that had Moderna and one had Pfizer, and neither had any kind of symptoms.
Yeah. Some weird things have been happening too. Like I had my first mammogram. Yay.
It was on the news today. Dr. Kelly and I thought of you.
Oh, really?
Yes. Go ahead.
I had my first mammogram. Yay for turning 40. Well, thank God I'm above ground, so let me stop complaining about that.
Amen. Amen.
So I had my first mammogram, and it was abnormal with a lymph node. And one of my best friends, she is a breast cancer specialist, and she was like, they've been seeing lots of patients coming in with their routine surveillance, mammograms, and been having some abnormal lymphadenopathy, especially under the armpit, on the same side where the women got the vaccine. So I believe the recommendation is not to postpone your mammograms, correct?
Correct.
But if you have a history of breast cancer, yeah, let them know. If you have a history of breast cancer on the right, get the vaccine on the left, and vice versa, right? So that there's no confusion. So for me, I have to go back in 6 months to get another mammogram and breast ultrasound. So I'm hopeful, and I know I think it's just all because of the vaccine, but it's causing your immune system to be stimulated as we want it to do. So it's not surprising that it led to enlarged lymph nodes.
Yeah, it was literally on the news today here in Detroit. They just said, mammograms and vaccines you need to know. And so I didn't even see the story, but I knew exactly what they were about to talk about because I remembered your story. So I'm waiting in line. I did see an email today from my building in Chicago that said that they were opening it up for 16 plus that had certain medical conditions, which I would qualify, but I don't know how that'll translate for me to be able to get it here. So, but I'm on several lists. I'm just waiting my turn.
Yeah, I think one of the last town halls that I saw with President Biden, he said that by June, any American who wants to have a vaccine should be able to get it. And
yeah, they said by May, every adult.
By May, every adult, okay. And honestly, December, early January, a lot of people were saying, I'm trying to get it, but I can't get on any list. And over the past maybe 4 to 5 weeks, more people have been getting access. So I think I think they're getting better at rolling it out. And also I was curious. So I looked at the trends for COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations, and it's actually really low down. It's coming down. So that was really encouraging to see.
Yeah, me and Kelly tried to tell y'all what to do so we could have had a summer last summer, but we're only 2 people. But I do believe that we will actually have some kind of a summer this summer. My 45th birthday is August 30th, and I'm hoping that we will be out and about and all will be well. And I will be back to flying and I will tell you, in COVID, Kelly and I both have flown. I've flown twice. Kelly's flown a couple other times. And I wore an N95, a cotton mask, and then I wore a plastic shield. And I flew to Chicago once and St. Louis once. And the plane to Chicago was crowded as hell both ways. The going, not coming back. But then St. Louis, it was empty both ways. But the airport in Detroit was not a lot of people. But then when we got to Chicago, it was a whole lot of people. St. Louis, the airport was really empty. But I just heard today, they said because things are starting to open back up, those good flight deals are going to disappear. So if you were trying to get somewhere cheaply, you need to go buy your tickets.
They're gone already. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go visit my family in Virginia soon. And the tickets are normal price tickets now. But Delta, I love Delta. Delta, I think they say up until April, they're still going to not have those middle seats.
Yeah. So. And, I'm an American girl, and they said they were going to put, and I'm just like, but I have enough status that I think that I will get myself put into a different seat and I'll be fine. So I'm not worried about it. But the seats, the middle seat was empty when I flew the 2 times I did fly. One time was American and one time was something else. Southwest, I think I flew. That seems familiar. I think that's what it was. But I literally left in the morning and came back in the evening. So you guys didn't have luggage or anything. So nothing to worry about. But yeah, I think that, things will get better. I just think that we all need to still practice washing your hands, wear your mask, and, unfortunately, no hugging, no shaking of hands. And
here in Atlanta,
that your entire crew is vaccinated. Like they've said now, people who are all vaccinated together could be unmasked. My mom, her sister is vaccinated. She's vaccinated. And so, they've been helping us out because, you guys, I have 2 patients now, but so that's been, the situation here. I can't wait till my day comes, but it just hasn't come yet.
People in Atlanta are still living their best lives. Last weekend.
Well, NBA weekend was last weekend.
Right. So Friday, I was with a friend of mine. We were people watching. We went to this, like, we were just driving around, and we pulled up on this, like, club. It's like an upscale, like a normal regular club here in Atlanta. And this party bus came out. And you know when you see those, like, the clown cars where, like, one clown comes out and then you're like...
It's like, how many are in there?
It literally felt that way. We counted probably like 20 women came out of this bus. And not one person had a mask on. Like, people were going into this club. Like, I was like, even with my fully vaccinated self, I don't know if I would be so bold.
And I actually have heard very recently about people who are still getting COVID. So you guys, you know, you want to play, but I'm telling you, be very careful. Be very careful, because you just don't know. And, you know, people are still getting sick. Like Detroit, every day they give us the numbers, tell you how many people are sick, how many have died. So it's still happening. So don't think it's not happening. It's just less, thank God. And unfortunately, 500,000 people had to die for us to get it together. Well, actually, no, we just had to get a president together. So now that we have a great president and the bill has been signed, the stimulus bill, as the man said, I forgot his name, but he said help is on the way. And I always think of Mrs. Doubtfire, because if you watch Mrs. Doubtfire, help is on the way. Okay. But he keeps saying that. It was so wonderful. Some people have received their stimulus checks already. Like, the money has already appeared in their accounts, and some people will receive them over the weekend, next week, and it's rolling out. You know, lots of funding for vaccines, lots of funding for schools, lots of money for small businesses. If you're a small business, you really need to pay attention. The PPP rules have changed so that it does help a lot of the smaller businesses, because if you recall, it was helping very large places like Shake Shack and stuff, and forgetting about the little people, but they've changed the rules, and so that it's helping people like that now. There's still tons of grants out there. It's just, you got to look. And maybe I'll talk to my friend again, who's been very helpful in helping people to find COVID money to save their businesses. I did a video. You can see that here on YouTube. But that was it. And that was all. You guys, if you haven't noticed, in the pandemic, I did bring back my show, but then I came home and was like inundated. So January of this year, season 7 started, and we brought back the show. And we've been going strong every Saturday, 3:00 Eastern Standard Time. Small secret, we had to record the show for tomorrow earlier today, but you can watch it. Bevy Smith was my guest, and it is over there on my YouTube channel right now. And we had some technical problems, so she will be back. But it was a great interview. For those that watched it, really enjoyed it. And so it was awesome. And I'm very excited that she was able to spend some time with me. Next week, we have April Watkins. And the week after that, we have Alicia Butterfield-Jones. And then the month of April, we have an amazing lineup, as well as the amazing lineup we've had this month. The other day, we did Renee's Remedies with Dr. Cindy Duke and talked about fertility, because it is Women's History Month. So I thought that would be a good time to cover it. So we did that. So just pay attention to my channel, please. I have to show you my little thing. I don't know if even Kelly has seen it. Hold on. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
Ooh, fancy.
I know, right? And don't forget to hit the notification bell. That's what the little picture is trying to tell you. Hit the notification bell so that you know when I go live or when I have a new video uploaded. So I look forward to seeing you. We have all sorts of fun over on the YouTube channel with my show every Saturday. And, oh, I forgot one last thing. You guys, please join my email list, because then you'll know exactly what's going on way before everyone else. So we did have several people that were live with us with Bevy this morning and did get to ask her questions because they were on my email list. They got the email and they were there. Text Live Life to 66866. Live Life to 66866, and you can join my email list. And I hope everyone has a fabulous weekend. And we will catch you, like I said, tomorrow. Tomorrow's show is already up there. So I will see you next week on Ask Dr. Renee's show at 3:00 Eastern Standard Time. And we might have another surprise Renee's Remedies with another guest. Well, I'm thinking. But I will see you guys soon. Bye.